From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
What's up, world? It's the one and only Pop DBICD Primetime Capper, and it is time for the premier sports betting show. And boy, oh boy, I'm telling you right now, this is the Primetime Angles Live, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I hope you're feeling the same. And man, it is a great day out here in LA. Why? Because I got the man himself, the Don of Cape Cod, Jeff Dawson. What's going on? I need to hire somebody for that.
Geez, I tell you what, I think we can go to the UFC. They got a few good guys there that we could have jump right in on the show. Monday, new start, new beginning here at ECSI. We came on here a week ago, and the weekend couldn't have been greater in the MLB. And then, as I like to say, Pops, someday you're the dog, someday you're the fire hydrant. And this past weekend, we were caught by the one-run games on Saturday. We were 0 for 3 on that end. And then yesterday we had 2 walk-offs against us in the bottom of the ninth. But doing well, actually, in some golf matchups, and cashed our first NHL series play with the Bruins last night. All in all, we're happy where we're sitting. How about yourself?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Was able to hit a 20-1 on Saturday. Thank you to the Mavericks for doing exactly what I said they were going to do. I said Mavericks by 10 before we got to the tip, and Luka went ahead and took care of business, beating the Clippers by 10. You know what I mean? So pretty much we got to take that home, but it was a premium as well to the over, and I got the irony of the situation. 1 point, Jeff. Golly, man. The over under. But it is what it is at the end of the day. We move on. Yesterday was decent, but you know what? We ran into a little bit of trouble with Utah, even though I did have Utah on a under-over situation yesterday. But still, it was, it could have been better. You know what I mean? Utah actually just really didn't look that good last night, and they're a little troubled, Jeff. I thought that the Warriors would give them a real, look and a real beating. But it looks like the Grizzlies could be in the series as well, too. You know what I mean? So we'll have to see how that goes. You know what I mean? But let's go ahead and get into what was the biggest, I think, event in boxing for the year as we speak. We got more events on the way. As you know, Wilder Fury 3 is happening in July. And then Manny Pacquiao fighting Errol Spence is going to be happening in August as well, too. We're going to have a lot of stuff on that fight specifically in the coming months. So you guys just be ready for that one as well, too. So let's just go ahead and talk about the ESPN bout that happened this weekend, and it was absolutely amazing. It was a unification. Josh Taylor makes history in Vegas as the first Scot to win the undisputed 140 title. What's next for this man? He's now the ring champion, the WBA champion, the WBO champion, the IBF champion, and also the WBC champion. And he's the champion in a lot of people's hearts in the UK this morning. Jeff, what do you think about this guy right here?
Well, you just listed off an endless resume there. I guess the world is his oyster. I mean, I unfortunately did not see the fight. I do a lot of my boxing following your coattails. And I thoroughly enjoy that. And we've talked many, many years now about boxing and your passion for boxing. And, I talked to you at length about, getting boxing off that map, meaning, I'm an old school guy. I'm the Sugar Ray guy, the Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hitman Hearns, Tyson. And to see, the young guys now coming up, and I want to see it back. And I thank you for, keeping it where it is and moving, keeping the feet moving. I mean, what's next for this guy? You tell me. I mean, who's going to stop him?
Well, right now, the WBA is a real mixed up division. So they have the world champion and the regular champion. So really makes absolutely no sense. But at the end of the day, that guy is usually supposed to fight whoever the WBA world champion is to go ahead and say, I'm the undisputed WBA champion. Because, all these sanctioning bodies are different. They're not the same. WBC does their own type of business. WBA does their own type of business. IBF does their own type of business. And the WBO, who has been added over the last 25 years as a significant belt, because there's other belts as well, too, like the IBO, Jeff, as well. And then when you're younger in boxing, like the NABO, stuff like that, little belts like that, those ones, you know what I mean? But the IBO is kind of a middling belt a little bit. It's not something that you'll go crazy about defending, but if you have it on if you have it on the peg, it's good. It's still good. You know what I mean? You'll still recognize that belt. So when all is said and done, when you look at Josh Taylor is now should be a top 5 pound for pound guy simply just because he has all these belts in his hand. You know what I mean? Because he's proven that he can go ahead and clean out a division. The guy's only 18-0. Jose Ramirez was seen as the somewhat boogeyman of the division. He was he was everybody's boxer. He's the everyman boxer. You know what I mean? So a lot of people wanted to see him win this fight. But Josh Taylor was able to use his size and his power to get those extra 2 points he needed, and that resulted in 2 knockdowns in back-to-back rounds as well, too. In the second knockdown, I thought Ramirez was done. Luckily, it was Kenny Bayless there, and he recognized that this is a warrior. He's going to go out on his shield, so let him go ahead and do his thing. But if it would have been somebody else, maybe with a quicker draw, in a sense, they would have probably stopped the fight right then and there. But they let Ramirez continue on. I had Ramirez winning the championship rounds of the fight. But at the end of the day, it just was not enough. I had it 114-112, just like all 3 judges that were ringside. And so pretty much I wasn't mad with the decision because I did feel Josh Taylor did win the fight. But if I'm the promoter, if I'm somebody who's in the money department, let's run that one back because we're going to make a lot of money off this rematch because there was a lot of, hostility leading up to the fight. Then they had a nice little embrace afterwards. But, there's still some bad blood there because I'm going to tell you like this. The Brits are very prideful and they are very gung-ho about their boxers. You know what I mean? It goes with any sport, but when it comes to soccer and boxing in the UK, they are absolutely, they are just, you want to hug them and punch them at the same time. You know what I mean? Because they're sweet people, but then, they get a little mouthy. So that's what it is at the end of the day, Jeff. So pretty much Josh Taylor makes history. Great moment for Josh in that fight as well, too. As you can see, the great pictures that was put up by our graphics producer as well, too. As you can see, the knockdown and everything like that. And Josh Taylor went ahead. He did his thing, and he's absolutely deserving of that right to be the undisputed champion of the world in the 140 division. I would think next if Tank Davis is able to stop Mario Barrios in July or June, actually, I would think that this could set up a super fight if people are willing to cross the street here, as they say in the boxing world nowadays. It's not like our days where, hey, I got $5 million for you. I got $5 million for you. And the winner's going to get the bonus at the end of the night. You know what I mean? But those days are done because boxers are thinking more about their health and thinking more about their futures as well, too, outside of the ring. So, you can't blame them for that part as well either. But let's move on. We only got so much time with the show. Let's go ahead and get into the NBA over the weekend. And we got the monster effect in the Garden like yesterday. Jeff, I know you did not miss that game. That was must-see TV, I think. And it was funny. I saw people say, ain't nobody going to watch the Knicks and the Hawks. I said, no, nobody's going to watch the Grizzlies and the Jazz. That is where we turn. That's where people go, I'm going to go watch me some Bob's Burgers and Family Guy right now. You know what I mean? That's the game you turn off, literally. But that Knicks game was put in that position on TNT because that was going to be the game. You know what I mean? So pretty much it is what it is at the end of the day. So Yeah, so pretty much that's what it's going to be. You know what I mean? So I really do like the fact that the Knicks are back in the playoffs, but we got to get down to it, Jeff. It was a instrumental moment there at the end of the game for Trae Young with the go-ahead basket to get the Hawks the game one win, and they were down 3 points there in the last 40 seconds of the game as well too, and they were able to score, I would think, the last 5 points of the in 5 points in about 30 seconds or so. And then Trae goes ahead and hits the shot with 0.9 left to go on the clock and talks a whole lot of smack to the Garden. Reggie, I blame Reggie. Reggie got all these boys real cocky and cute about it because they got to understand the next game is not going to be the game that they played on Sunday night. I think the Knicks had a lot of jitters going into that game. They had a lot of excitement. They had 15,000 people roaring in the Garden. Not just – no, they were ballistic. Spike Lee was the uncle that has no kids that's rooting you on. So it was crazy in the Garden. What are your thoughts?
We released the Hawks minus the 135 to win the series. I think the Knicks have been an amazing story all regular season. Absolutely glad to get them back in the playoffs. Big for the NBA, MSG, the Mecca. And I think you hit it pretty good there initially is the fact that there were some jitters. I expect every game to be close at the Garden. I kind of expect Atlanta to flex their muscles back at home. And the ice tray did try to quiet the Mecca with the last minute and the game winner itself. Kind of intriguing NBA when you do look at the playoffs. You did talk about Utah and Memphis. Dog wins the first game there. Dallas beats the Clippers. Here, Atlanta was a slight favorite to win the series. They come out, and then obviously your beloved Lakers down 1-0. Who now, by the way, are even money to win that series. And so NBA, you got to win 4 games. You have to win 4 games. The saying always is the series doesn't start till at least one road team wins a game. Well, Atlanta, the road team won a game. Dallas, the road team won a game. Phoenix held serve, okay? And then Memphis, the road team won a road game. So NBA's looking good. No bubble this year. Fans back in. It's going to be a fun 6-7 weeks here, Pops.
Yes, it is. Let's go ahead and talk about that big upset that happened Friday night. Literally, the Grizzlies took money out of everybody's hand. Seriously. If you said you had the Grizzlies, you had to show me the ticket. You really did, Jeff. Seriously. It was one of those games. You know what I mean? You got the hottest player in the league, and boom, Grizzlies win. Then Grizzlies come in Sunday night, no expectations. I even said on this show this team would get swept in the first round, no problem. Because the Jazz seem like they're a juggernaut, they're a machine this year. And, well, really they aren't, but, you like to put those paraphrases on teams when they have a great season like Utah did. But Utah, once again, was a team that, when we start the race, they hit the front first and did their 15, 20 lengths ahead, but they forgot that there's still a half a mile left in the race. You know what I mean? And the tank might be going on empty right now for Utah because you got Donnie Mitchell out. You don't know when he's coming back. He played us last night. He was walking around as if he was going to play, but he just wanted to win the fashion show last night. Yeah, great jacket he had on as well, too. I can't do the pants, but the jacket was great. Man capri pants, that's a violation right there, but it's all good. It's all good. He's rich. He can do what he wants. Rudy Gobert, great defense player, he fouls out. That was the difference in the game last night. Grizzlies go ahead and just handle their business, dude. That's exactly what the Grizz did. They handled their business last night. They took advantage of Utah having poor shooting last night, and they won the game. It's that simple, and they won a hard-fought game, and that's what hard fighting teams do.
It's funny that Sunday night last game on the board, and that was the third wheel of our 3-legged parlay that already blew up with the 2 walk-offs anyways. But they were -4 at tip-off, -400 on the money line. Come out guns a-blazing. As you said, everyone expected Donovan to play. He did not. I think they were maybe assuming, hey, maybe we can rest them for the series, win the 2 home games, and then see if we need them on the road. I do expect Utah to win this series. They got up by 14 early, and then the Grizz go on like a 27-4 run to wipe out the deficit and take the lead. And, actually it really flexed their muscles in the fourth. Utah made it close in the last couple minutes, but couldn't get over the hump. So, again, great to see the young kids, the stars, the Morants of the world, the Ice Trays of the world, even Luka the other night against the Clippers, just flexing their muscles. We're getting re-energized here, and the millennials are quite happy, Pops.
Yes, sir. Yes, they are. So with that, we're going to go ahead and take our first commercial break, and Jeff's going to actually be with us for the whole show today because I'm manning the booth. I'm manning the graphics today, so you guys don't worry about him being a little slow today. Sorry about the ticker. We had a lot of morning calls this morning, so pretty much life is getting much busier, Jeff. So that's all I can say right now. So let's go ahead, check out our great guys over here at hackclub.com. Go ahead and get yourself that drip, those great all these great features that they have here with Hack Club. So here it is, Hack Club. And you guys make sure you guys check them on out. We have the show link in the description. You guys can go ahead and any $50 order or better, you guys can get 10% off. So to both Jeff's daughters for Father's Day, go raid the Hat Club and get your father that Boston Red Sox championship hat, the lemonade version of it, the pink lemonade version of it. And he'll be the coolest guy at Fenway Park. I promise you that. And get him a couple more hats as well, too. Maybe go get him the Cubs 2016 custom hat as well, too. So you guys take care of Pop so you guys can go ahead and have him looking real drippy. So with that, we will be right back. This is the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper with the Don of Cape Cod, Jeff Dawson.
Good News Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners and I'll Have Another and Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only Racing Club, a proud sponsor of the NFL Bet Exchange.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
Tune into Big Wave Boxing every week with a brand new guest with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, getting the best boxing stories, best boxing angles, and the truth when it all comes down to the sweet science. Tune into Big Wave Boxing on the Prime Wave Media channel on YouTube.
All right, we are back with the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, and the Don of Cape Cod himself, Jeff Dawson. Jeff, I love the brick wall effect that you have there. Jeff has the brick wall effect. You guys might not be able to see it on this screen because we're in double screens, but let me just show you guys real quick. I'm gonna remove here, showing that don't be coming over to Jeff with that BS. You know what I mean? Brick wall. Put the brick wall up on you. And you guys make sure to catch Jeff's show as well, too. Jeff will have you guys right, have that bankroll right, giving you guys all the numbers as they are released and things of that nature, and showing you exactly where to go to before you even have to think about it. So you guys make sure to check Jeff's show on out. It's a beautiful show, and I like it a lot as well, too, myself, man.
Thanks, Pops. We're trying to, kind of throws the information part out there. I mean, there's a million of the shows out there that are out there, with the cute little smiles and the little waves and the winks. And I'm sorry, I don't bring that to the table. And the quick grabs and stuff and the prop bets and the instant gratifications, where myself and Scott are just trying to wake up in the morning. Scott's got a whole nother way of breaking down games and stuff with the sabermetrics, analytics, Webby odds, and I just get it straight from the horse's mouth at Sports Insight and Don Best. And I like to say I'm your sports broker, not your stock broker, and that's what we do. We just watch the numbers and we just chart them and follow them, and just try to give out some information and education. That's what we're here for. Maybe somewhere down the line, all of us will be one happy family on one big network, and we'll hold hands and sing Kumbaya.
Right. Exactly. All right. So it's things coming soon, but let's get to the Dodgers, Jeff. I know I'm going to have to get into the Dodgers while you're here. 10 out of 11, baby. Last 7 in a row, and went right into the Bay Area, into San Francisco with the big stick. And they walked out with literally just anything they wanted. Literally, it's like break the glass up. That's exactly what the Dodgers did. Go ahead, just break out all the windows. Show them that it's not a game right here. You want to play around like you're the first place team in this division? Thanks for holding the seat for us real quick, boss. Just had to get that thing together. Julio Urias was absolutely amazing yesterday. He got himself, I think, 3 RBIs yesterday, and he struck out 10 as well. And Gavin Lux hits another grand slam in as many days as well, too. And he hit a monster shot out of the park to really just pretty much end the game in the second inning. So the Dodgers are in a groove right now. And the Dodgers look to really go ahead and, pretty much right them wrongs. But the Dodgers did sweep the arch rival Giants. That was huge. That was big. And, that's how you thinking? How you feeling now? I know everybody's like slam Diego, but don't worry.
We talked a week ago about this. It wasn't if, it was when, and this was the perfect storm. Right. You put some wins together and you matched up great going into San Fran. A hard-fought game, 2-1 on Friday. We were on the other side of the Giants on Friday and lost that one 2-1. And then you just grabbed the momentum and then took the heart out on Saturday and Sunday. And you look, you're standing in second, 26-18. And yes, I was going to add, the Padres have won 9 in a row. We do expect on a weekly basis that these roles will reverse, whereas the closer we get to the All-Star break, it's going to be most likely Dodgers, a little separation Padres, more separation San Francisco. That's what we're expecting. And we're expecting, a Dodger Padre winner goes to the big dance. That's what everyone's expecting. That's what everyone wants to see. So let's see if we see it.
Hopefully they can be matched up in the championship series, but that might not happen because the Dodgers would have to play them as that'd be wild card first place, right?
Exactly. So I don't know how one wins the division, one gets in on the wild card. I don't know if they would actually meet again I hope it's the championship. I'd hate to see, one of them have to face in the round before to see, not to advance. You know what I mean? That would be kind of
Right. I honestly thought that they would stay with the adoption of the 8-team playoff on each side. I love it. I love that. I loved it. It gave teams opportunities. It gave those 4 extra teams an opportunity.
And I agree. And look at the NBA here, not to go back to the NBA, but Silver already saying he wants to keep the playing games in. And so I think during these times, as we're opening up, we're getting close to back to some normalcy here. And, the fans back in the stands. I agree. I wouldn't mind that. The only thing that I would suggest, maybe if you're going to do 8 on each side, is maybe to reseed after the brackets and, have the best team play the worst and so on and so forth. But I agree. I'd like to see that. I hope it stays. I think it's good for the game.
All right. So there it is with that. We got that up under our belt right now. So pretty much the Dodgers, they cruising, they doing good, feeling good, feeling great. Let's jump into the first game of the afternoon today. That's going to be the evening time for you, afternoon for me. And we already have the Rays game going as well, too. Jeff, do you have a score on that? I can't check it real quick.
5-3, top of the 8. No, actually 5-3, bottom of the 8, Tampa.
That sounds great to me because I got the under 11. Let's just go ahead now. Let's hope that nobody gets too crazy here in the end. Just stay right where you're at. You know what I mean? Stay right where you're at. All right, let's check this one out.
I can tell you that Don Best right now has 9 under -113. So the looking good pops. A couple other spots have 9.5. So you're looking safe as long as the Blue Jays don't tie it up. You're a winner.
All right, so they're trying to get the degenerates that couldn't get into the first 8 innings. I got you. They trying to play that 9th inning, Jeff.
Yes, they are.
All right, so Phillies, Marlins. Marlins are a heavy favorite today, Jeff. Not a heavy favorite, but they got the better pitcher on the mound, and Rogers. What are your thoughts on this game?
You know, I talked about this this morning with Scotty, and I talked to a few clients of ours. Rogers has been pitching great, and the Phillies last night steal the last game of the series against Boston with Wheeler on the mound. They're wheeling out Eflin today. I mean, Rogers opened up at 119. He's now 128, and all the money's coming in on the Marlins. 68% of the bets, 73% of the money. I see value in the Phillies, but their back end is horrendous, as we all know. So I think everyone will flock to the pitcher and Rogers there. I'm seeing some late buyback in the Phillies. So everyone listening, looking for a little value, the value tonight is on the Phillies.
Well, you heard the man. Jeff said the value is on the Phillies. So pretty much there it is with that. And so I like the Marlins tonight, but I think that more as that you look at things in this position, you tell yourself that this is going to be a very intriguing game because you got two teams that are kind of going in two different directions right now as well too, Jeff. You know what I mean? So I think that at the end of the day, this will wind up being much better than it looks on paper, but I do like the Marlins on this side, to be honest with you.
I agree.
Pitcher. Yeah, they just got the better pitcher. That's what I'm thinking right now. All right, let's go ahead and talk about a good old rivalry game. The Tigers and the Indians. Who has the worst city? Whose city is worse, sir? You know what I mean? Indians coming into this game. Everybody's understanding Indians are slow starters. They're boys of summer. The Indians are boys of summer. The Dodgers are boys of summer. When the Red Sox are doing their thing, they're boys of summer as well, too. You know what I mean? And the Yankees as well. You know what I mean, Jeff? These teams that they heated up in the summertime, the Indians are one of them. The Indians always get into that major league movie streak every year where it's like, wow, the Indians are hot. You know what I mean? And then it's the playoffs, and then reality sets back in. So you got the Tigers, no expectations this season, but they are a slight favorite today simply because Spencer Turnbull is pitching very well this year. 2.88 ERA, 31 strikeouts over 8 walks. And then you got Hintages pitching for the Indians, and his ERA is out of control, and his strikeout to walk ratio isn't really good. So what are we going to do here? What is the haps on the craps here, Jeff?
Well, yeah, kind of surprising when you look at the Tigers and actually as a favorite. They opened up at 108, Pops, currently 126 at Pinnacle. And the bets and money is pretty well split, 52-48 edge Detroit and a 58-42% on the money Detroit. Two factors here. Turnbull coming off the no-hitter looked fabulous. One of the wins that ECSI did have. We're 2-0 this year. We got 2 no-hitters on our side, so everything's supposed to even off there. But the second of all, there's always been a classic. You always fade the pitcher coming off a no-hitter because usually a lot of pitches, real tense moments, knowing they have that no-hitter, excuse me, and then usually a initial letdown. But I'm kind of shocked here. The money's still rolling in on the Tigers. I do lean Tigers here. But I would be afraid of the Indians. The Indians about 10 days back were 9-1 in their last 10. They've cooled off a little. So, but just kind of surprising when you look up and see a Tiger team as a favorite, Pops.
Yeah, it's slight, but it's a division rivalry game, so it's very understandable. I got kind of I thought I had more scenes for this because I have more games, but we only have 4 scenes for this. So I'm going to get into this Padres Brewers game. This is an intriguing game. This is going to probably be the best matchup of the day, Jeff. You have the best pitching matchup at least in this spot because you have Brandon Woodruff on the mound as well too. And pretty much we have you have Brandon Woodruff on the mound. Then you have also on the mound today as well too, Blake Snell. So you got yourself 2 pitchers that strike out a lot of guys. And this game should be a game that can go back and forth, in my opinion, as well too. But I think the Brewers have a little bit of the advantage here, Jeff, to be honest with you. Brandon Woodruff has been pitching lights out. Blake Snell seems to not be able to get decisions. It seems like he keeps running into the same situation he ran into the World Series where he pitches very well, and then games don't go the way he wants it to go. So, I like the way that this game is setting up, but honestly, man, to be honest with you, I think that we can go ahead and grab some big value today with the Brewers spread. What are you thinking, Jeff?
Definitely the pitching matchup of the night, probably of the week. If you look forward into the schedule, I mean, 2 great pitchers, and as we talked about, the Padres winners of 9 in a row. Woodruff opened up at -108 on Pinnacle and -119 at Chris. Currently, right now at 118 at Chris and 115 at Pinnacle. The bets and the tickets, Pops. You're getting 69% of the bets and 80% of the money on the Padres, the red hot Padres, yet the line's moving the other way. We do see some reverse line movement here on the Brewers. Their offense has been anemic, but if they get a lead and they can get to the back end and Hader, it's going to be lights out. And Snell's been lucky to go in that 5 to 6 inning range. Expect a real close battle early and see what happens from the 5th, 6th inning on. For us, it's a peanuts and popcorn game. It's going to be a great game to watch. Again, the value initially you would think is on the Snell and Padre side, but our eyes are telling us the actual side to lean and play here would be the Brewers.
All right. Brewers. We can do. All right. So we do have ourselves really good one. I'm right now too. So pretty much this one is the Sox and the Cardinals. This is pretty much this is one of our games of the night as well too. All right, so pretty much I see the Cardinals here coming into this one as a big dog as well too, and I think that's just a little bit of an overstretch because the Cardinals playing good baseball right now, but I know this is one of the weaker links in their pitching rotation as well too. So my idea for this one is to play spread, but on the Cardinal side for this one. What are you thinking, Jeff?
Just as we were speaking, I want to go back. I just got an update here, an alert. Bryce Harper is doubtful now tonight for the Phillies. So anyone listening and heard us a few minutes ago talking about the edge in pitching towards Miami, I'm seeing some big movements now. Circa just bumped up the Marlins to 137, Westgate at 133. That's with the news that Harper is out. So wanted to pass that on to you there.
I'm sorry.
No, and this game going into Friday, the White Sox had won 15 or 16 in a row versus lefty starters, and 25-3 their last 28 against lefty starters. St. Louis is starting Kim, who is a lefty. The initial on Friday, though, it was stopped. Montgomery and the Yankees defeated the White Sox 2-1, so the streak was stopped there. But even in their last 30 games, they've been stupid against lefties. I like the initial opening lines of -145 and 154, but there's been a correction and a huge steam movement towards the White Sox here, -180 all across the strip, 178 right now at Circa. Way too much juice. It's a game where the Cardinals played last night on ESPN, and they got to jump in a plane and hop on over to the White Sox. I would lean White Sox, but true value here is on the Cardinals. So like you suggested here, you were thinking the Cardinals plus the 1.5. And if you're going to go in that direction, maybe even sprinkle a little money, pizza and beer money on the Cards, grabbing plus 162, 165, somewhere in that area to win the game outright.
I heard that, brother. I heard that. So pretty much with that, we're going to go ahead and we check out another cool little ad that we have here for Paramount Plus. And Paramount Plus, awesome stuff. We got the VSX promo code there as well, too. You guys can go ahead and check that out. Get yourself a pretty good deal with Paramount Plus. Me and Jeff are going to stick around and talk some State of the Lakers and talk some NBA playoff games for the night as well. You guys make sure to stay tuned to the Premier Sports Show, the Primetime Angles one. Pop DBIC, the Prime Capper with Jeff Dawson, the Dawson of the
The Viget app, where social media meets sports betting. Get the latest line movements in all major sports. Track your daily bets, daily contests, the NFL over-under contest that pays out $10K in cash prizes. This is a cutting-edge app that helps betting be easy. Sign up with the reference code POPDBIC and you will be able to watch my daily show, The Primetime Angles, as a resource to building that bankroll. Viget is available in your Apple or Google Store on your iOS or Android. The social sports betting app, Viget.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
What's up? We are back with your sports betting show, the Primetime with one and only Primetime Capper. So we are just pretty much trying to get this volume together so I don't keep echoing. So pretty much there we are. That's better. All right. So pretty much here we are. And let's go ahead and get into it, Jeff. I know the Lakers lost, but this is what I got to explain to the rest of Laker Nation. All right, look, the Suns were going to get a game at home regardless. Good they got game one because that's good for ABC. That's good for storylines. That's good for Monday talking heads. That's good for everybody that the Lakers lose because then they can go ahead and have a love fest with the Suns, a team that is very good, a team that does deserve the recognition that they are getting right now as well too. And, pretty much – we all know that they're another team that kind of was a front runner somewhat. But at the end of the day, we all know the Lakers are still the favorite in this series. Even if they were to lose the first two here in Phoenix, the Lakers are still going to be the team here. You know what I mean? They have to lose the series before anybody's going to realize that, that the Suns are better. You know what I mean? But the Suns are playing on some will, and we all know how Chris Paul is. He'll win one game, then he'll drop the next one. But let's not just put it on individual players. I know LeBron very well, and LeBron has lost a lot of game ones with these dynamic teams. I think he lost the first game one with Miami as well, too, in the playoffs. And he lost the game one with the Cavs as well, too. And he lost the game 1 here with the Lakers last season and still went ahead and won a championship. The Lakers had maybe, 4 losses in the playoffs last year, Jeff, when it all came down to it?
Something like that, yeah.
Maybe 5 losses in the playoffs last year. So it's okay to get your 1 win in. So I know there's a lot of things that the Lakers got to clean up. It's okay. You guys are asking AD to – AD did not have the greatest game in the world, but you know what? I'm not worried about AD because I know AD can bounce back. It's that simple. AD can go for 40, 42, 44 points if he wants to. LeBron James was still dynamic, but, he was taking his time, just taking it a little easier and things of that nature. LeBron, the 37-year-old, the 37 years have caught up with LeBron after this injury and everything. So, pretty much – where we at here? You know what I mean? Where are we at? Well, at the end of the day, we are here heading into game 2. That's where we're at right now, Jeff. And yes, the Lakers are down 1, but the best case scenario for the Lakers was leaving Phoenix with a split. There was never any guarantee of them going 2-0 in Phoenix. Phoenix was going to give you a tough out the first game. They haven't been in the playoffs in 10 years. Come on, man. They have everybody in their mama just literally just there ready to roll. And it is what it is. And they had a big section of Laker fans there as well, too. So it is what it is. It's Lakers Suns. This is one of the older rivalries in the playoffs as well, too, Jeff. It happens. So what are your thoughts?
I was waiting for Mr. Ziggy Marley. I was waiting for Charles Barkley, back in the Thunder Dan Marley and KJ. Those were the fun Phoenix Suns back in the day. You know what? Looking at your setup here, I was going to ask you an honest question. We do know AD and LeBron are the 2 best players in this series. But if I said Booker, Ayton, and then Paul, so who – if you're going to put Kuzma there, I'm just saying their big 3 is pretty good, Phoenix's, and they've had a great season. They're playing with house money. I look strictly at the numbers, and it's not like the Lakers are 5 or 6 point favorites in game 2 here. They're only opened up at 1 or 1.5. And let me bring it up here for 1 second. And Pops, I got some bad news for you. The Tampa Toronto just tied 5-5.
Damn it.
Here it is. 1 second, brother. Let me pull that up for you.
Okay, I'll take a push. Okay.
I'll take a push. So the Lakers opened up at 2, already getting bet down to 1.5. We'll see. But my point is, I guess we know they're going to go as far as LeBron takes them health-wise. That's the big thing here. And they're not coming into the tournament like the bubble last year like we all thought. We knew it was going to be a showcase. We knew they were going to win this thing. This would be pure LeBron and AD on their backs because they got the number 7 seed and they got a long road to haul. So I won't even go that far. We'll be here next Monday to see where this one stands. I'm rooting for you, kid. I really am. I think, NBA wants to see it. They don't want to see the Lakers out in round 1, that's for sure. So let's make sure he gets healthy. Let's steal game 2. Even if they lose game 2, you still go back to the to LA and you just hold serve, and then it's just the best out of 3 from there. So as you said, you've been down this road before. There's no sweat, no nothing. We move on. We're champions. Come beat us.
Right. That's exactly what it is. Broody tea time. Heart of a champion, baby. Heart of a champion. You know what it is, Jeff. All right, let's go ahead and jump into tonight's playoff games. Up first is the Bucks and the Heat, and the Bucks and the Heat tonight. I love the Heat coming into this game tonight, Jeff. I got them on plus 160 to win the game as my dog of the day out of any sports that we are playing today. Jeff, what are your thoughts on this game?
I'm tracking almost 17,000 bets on this one, Pops. Opened at 4.5, staying at 4.5. And it looks like a lot of the public's following your side there. 61% of the bets, 76% of the money, all coming in on the Heat, yet the line has not moved. So we're calling it a freeze. So I'm going to say some sharp money leaning towards the Bucks, but Heat played a great first game. I like the Heat. I like everything about them. Numbers are saying here right now the sharper side seems to be the Bucks minus the 4 and a hook, Pops.
All right. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into the nightcap tonight. And this is a really good rivalry between these two Northwest teams, the Blazers and the Nuggets. You know, they are starting to become their own little holy war as well, too. You know what I mean? And that was an excellent game back and forth until, you know, the Blazers went ahead and showed all of us that, you know, we're the type of team that, you know, we can score. You know, Norman Powell has increased the scoring for this team in a sense, because right now they can hit 125 any game, you know, pretty much with that lineup in there. Carmelo Anthony is still Carmelo Anthony. I know LeBron, right now, I know LeBron wishes he had Carmelo, to be that honest with you. That would be a better piece for him than Drummond right now than in this situation, because then he can take the offensive burdens off of Davis's shoulders somewhat. But maybe next year. Maybe next year, Jeff. You know what I mean? We'll get the LeBron Carmelo union. You know what I mean? I know everybody in the NBA is waiting for it, because if they were able to get LeBron, Carmelo, and Chris CP3, oh my God, like OMG, banana boat, and no D Wade, you're not coming out as a retirement. But I digress. Let me stick to this game. I really like the Nuggets to get their get back tonight. Once again, Jeff, it's just get the split and get back home. That's it. That's my mentality here. I think the Nuggets win a close game tonight, to be dead honest with you. I don't think the Blazers are going to be the same hot shooting team they were in the fourth quarter on Saturday. I think what happens here is that Denver gets out to an early lead and they don't look back. What are your thoughts?
You know, Lillard is just, you know, he's just at another level. You know, I remember 3 years ago, we had them in their opening round series and they got swept by AD before he came over to the Lakers. So what do they do the next year? They go out and sweep them back. And they were favored in this series for a reason. Again, without Jamal Murray, the whole, you know, Denver, nothing against Jokic and the rest of the players, but they're a different team without him. On tonight's game here, I kind of feel the same way you do. You know, line opened at 2. It's currently at 1.5, 2 spots around town. And for the bets, 69% of the bets are coming in on the Denver money line, but 67% of the money is coming in on the Portland side. So everyone is kind of flipped in this game. Gun to the head, I would lean Denver. I would take the points out of play, and I would play the money line. I think you can get it around 120, 122 right now. But I agree with you. I look for the Denver Nuggets here to hold serve and get it back to Portland 1-1.
And there it is. 1-1 back to Portland. This is a 7-game series, in my opinion, Jeff. Jokic is still the MVP.
Correct.
He's still top 3 for MVP, in my opinion. And he played a great game the other night. They just kind of ran out of steam. The Blazers just kept scoring, and it's that simple. But, Jeff, check this one out. Fubo TV. You go ahead and get 7 days free on me, and you guys will be reaping the benefits of having the sports world on your hands. I'm telling you right now, you get 7 days free, and if you do sign up, it's going to be $55 a month, and you'll be able to get yourself very situated with some live TV as well, too, some good movies, some good entertainment as well. And boy, oh boy, Sundays will never be the same again when you guys get to the NFL as well, too. So pretty much you guys get on that Fubo TV. It is probably the best deal you could get, the best streaming service you can get with all these great networks at your display. You can get it on your TV, your phone, your computer, wherever. But check them out. Fubo TV. Get those 7 days free on me in the show link description. With that, we will be right back with the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live, with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, and the Don of Cape Cod, Jeff Dawson.
Now you and your friends can compete in the sport of kings and win big with Stable Duel. Get the app, pick your horses, and get in on the thrill of horse racing with daily games competing against other players. Bring home the glory and the cash, and move up the annual leaderboard while you leave your competition in the dust. Get in the game with Stable Duel. Play, race, win.
Good News Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners and I'll Have Another and Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only Racing Club, a proud sponsor of the NFL Bet Exchange.
All right, so we are back with the Premier Sports Betting Show, and we are here on the stretch drive as well, too, Jeff. So this is where I love to have some fun. Let's go ahead and talk those tickets. All right, so tonight, as I said before, I'm on the Marlins, and we're doing a jackpot. Come on, why not a jackpot on a Monday, Jeff, of all days? The jackpot parlay on a Monday, 338 to 1. This is called this is in Vegas. This is called rinse due. So pretty much here we are, and this is what we're doing here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get on this one right here. It's going to be Marlins minus 130. Then we have the Indians plus 110. Then we also have okay, sorry about that. I got a weird email, but we also have the Indians money line plus 110, the over 6.5, Rockies, Mets, the under 9 with the Orioles and the Twins, the plus 1.5 with the Cards, the minus 1.5 with the Brewers, the Heat money line plus 160, the under 226.5 with the Blazers and the Nuggets, and this is going to be 338 to 1 today, Jeff. So there it is. 338 to 1 right there. What do you think of those apples? Real quick.
I'd have the jet warmed up and get ready to cash that one. I'd see you in about 5 minutes.
Right. Because I'm telling you right now, you put $10, you get you 33.8, baby, and 20 gets you 66. Not even 66. I'm messing up my own math. 67.60. $20. That's it. You'll be the man on the strip all week or for 2 days.
Well,
all right.
As long as you don't get to the spearmint rhino and they get it first.
Right, exactly. All right, so Jeff, go ahead, give me all your contacts and all that good stuff before we sign off.
Sure. Right now we're running the breakfast bankroll at 10:30 a.m. on all 3 social media platforms. Just turn on your notifications. If you're not following us now, follow me at EC Sports Invest on Twitter. Later on in the week, we might be going to a 5:30, 6 o'clock on like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're not sure of that yet. You can check out our website at www.eastcoastsportsinvestors.com. If you have any questions, want to send us an email, then you can do that at eastcoastsportsinvestors@gmail.com. But we're looking forward to this, and obviously blessed and honored to be here every Monday. We'll be talking some football before you know it, and we'll be at that dog days of summer and all-star break here in like 6 weeks. And then, we'll be talking preseason football, and then in comes August, and next thing you know, the pigskin will be being tossed around, Pops.
Yes, that is right on, and you already know. And you guys can go ahead and bet this tonight, bet the NFL on our proud sponsor here, and that's going to be a YouWager, where the world bets at. And you guys can go ahead and use my promo code VSXPOP, and you guys will receive a 50% match deposit that will get you, say you put up 200, you get back 100 for that. So there it is. Check it out. YouWager, where the world bets at. So with that, that's going to be a absolute wrap on today's show. It was beautiful, Jeff. I thank you so much. About to jump into this afternoon real quick. I hope you have a great evening as well, too, sir. And I look forward to seeing you next Monday as well, okay?
Absolutely, 100%.
All right. So with that, this is the Premier Sports Betting Show, the Primetime Angles Live with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, and I am gone.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.